I look good. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you my fish and rice recipe. Um, Actually, I was thinking, how the thought occurred to me, I was gonna make a map, a social map, but we go, guess what we really want? And he said we really want that plate of fish and rice. And I said, well, um, if I show you my recipe for fish and rice and you're homeless, it'll kill you. But here I go, because I don't know what's gonna happen after you finish eating it. You probably just fucking die if you're homeless. You know what I mean? You can only handle it if you got a house. If you're homeless and you eat that, you're gonna just fucking die. You know what I mean? It's not even assisted suicide. It's just like, and you just pass away. But I'm gonna show you that. So I'm gonna get some the stuff I use, right? You need the proper tools, but it's very easy to get. And mark my words, after you eat it, and if you're homeless, you're just gonna fucking die. All right? It's not my fault. It's that good. It's so good, right? After you eat it, like you got home, it's like thank God, right? But if you homeless, you eat it, you're gonna fucking die, all right? This is like fucking Michelin star shit. Okay. So I'm just in my kitchen grabbing my stuff. I'm grabbing my stuff. Okay, so basically, this is all the stuff you need, okay? This is all the stuff you need. All right, so I bought this steel thing, this steel bowl from the dollar store. So it's $1. You're homeless, you can buy this dollar store. Now this thing, I'm not sure where you're gonna get this if you're homeless, but I guess you can get some Salvation Army thing, right? So it's just a big cooker, right? What I do is I fill it with water. You can see water in there, right? And it's a little burnt because I'm learning how to cook, but so I make mistakes, but it's a little burnt, right? And there's water, and then so I boil the water, right? And it comes with a lid. You gotta get one with the lid. So when you're at the Salvation Army, you gotta get one with the lid. I fill it with water. I boil the water, and then in this bowl, first I put the frozen vegetables, right? And I steam it. I steam it for like 20 minutes. The frozen vegetables I steam for a good 20 minutes, and I don't just put like the frozen vegetables by itself. I put like margarine, and then I'll show you how to salt stuff properly. Yeah, this will do. So this is basically a spice shaker, but it can be like a salt shaker as well. The whole point is you see these openings with these shakers. I put my finger over part of the opening, and I only use like maybe a third of it, and that goes for salt. That goes for anything, and it doesn't matter the size of the shaker. Whatever it is, I put my thumb over it, and I'll use a third of it, right? So with the vegetables, by vegetables, you put margarine, and then you might salt it, but to avoid salting too much, you put your thumb over most of it, and you only use a third of the opening, and that'll give you a nice even amount of salt. You won't make that mistake with too much salt. And then margarine with the vegetables, and then with the fish, I use the same bowl. Like after I empty out the vegetables, why not? It's all food, right? And it's getting cooked, so I empty out the vegetables after they're done, and I put the fish in here, and it's just frozen fish. Like you can buy a bag of like 20 fishes for $10, right? And so I with frozen fish, I do the same thing. I add margarine, or I might add like Szechuan sauce, whatever you want, right? Just like a tiny little spoon. And then if you got these types of spices, or you got salt and pepper, you do the same thing. You put your thumb over most of the opening. You just use like a third of the opening, and you can sprinkle it with any spices you want, and it'll always taste good. And with the rice, I do the same thing, right? Before it's cooked, like you put rice and water. In the water, I put a little bit of spices, and I do. And the magic is really you put your thumb over it, because what they give you is too much, like the opening. So you put your thumb over it, and it turns out like that. And then the red, I sprinkle it with like on top. I'll tell you a secret, all right? You know how sriracha is to Asians, is like pancake syrup is to Canadians. Yeah, pancake syrup. So what you saw in my dish, that photo I shared, is both a little bit of sriracha and a little bit of syrup, and it's so good. And caveat, buyer beware. If you're homeless after you eat, you're just gonna pass away, bro. You're just gonna pass away. I'm sorry. It is not assisted suicide. It is caveat. You're just gonna pass away after you eat it. That's it. That's my whole day. 60,000. Like I take that bit off my resume. You insist on me leaving it in there. 90,000. Chomp. Bye bye, losers.